Friday. How about that? I hope you're feeling good about going into this weekend and are looking forward to coming to church on Sunday and worshiping with God's people. So we're talking about how to trust the Lord more. How can we trust Him better, more in our lives? And so I've got a confession. I don't like to-do lists. I don't like time management things. I was in management in EMS, emergency medical services, and back in the mid 90s, it was a really big deal. It was very popular to send your management personnel to seminars to help them manage their time and prioritize their tasks. The one that I went through with the other managers at our company was, I think, called the Franklin Time Management System, something like that. And it was full of all kinds of ideas and charts and graphs and tools to use to be able to organize your day and make sure that things got done. And I utilized it, and if you're really good at it, and I wasn't, but if you're really good at it, it can really benefit you in that. And it did benefit me in some ways, but it was a part of my basic makeup is that it took away and what I believed were the more important things and made me prioritize the urgent things. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. We need to trust God more, and we can trust Him more when we don't allow the urgent things to become more important than the really important things. And you may not think, well, how is that possible? But there are a lot of things in our lives that we think about, and whether we consciously or subconsciously do that, we prioritize things. And if we're sitting in a quiet space or whatever, and we're pondering the issues of our life and what we need to do to make sure that the important things in our life get done, we're probably going to think about things that can easily be set aside when something urgent comes up. Well, I couldn't do that because I had to deal with this. I had to deal with the urgent, and the important got set aside. Maybe you're saying, well, do a better job. Give me an illustration. Okay, so I've used this story before in different ways. But there was a time when Jesus came to somebody's house, and there was a brother and two sisters. This house, Lazarus was a brother, and Mary and Martha were the two sisters. And Jesus came. And it was a big honor, obviously, for Jesus to come to be with them. And Martha was very busy taking care of the urgent things. So let me read this to you. This is in Luke chapter 10 and verse 38. And then it goes down to the end of the chapter, which is verse 42. Okay? So here's the story. Now it came to pass, as they went, that he, Jesus, entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve all alone? Bid her therefore that she helps me. But Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. And Mary has chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. Somebody that's reading this for the first time might be really surprised. Because we can certainly relate to Martha. Here is, she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to take care of all the details of Jesus and his company being with them guests in her house, and there were a lot of urgent things that needed to be taken care of. And here's her sister that just goes and plops herself down at the feet of Jesus and is sitting there listening as Jesus teaches. What? She's got to do her fair share, right? She needs to get up and help out so that all these things get taken care of. But Jesus told Martha, "You're so cumbered about with much serving." And then he said to Martha, "Martha, you're careful and troubled about many things." All the urgent things. Boy, you're troubled about all the urgent things. But Jesus said, but there's only one thing that's really needful. Mary figured it out. Mary knew the important rather than the urgent. She prioritized the important rather than the urgent. What was important? To hear the word of Christ, to listen to his words, to understand his teachings, to take them into her heart and her mind. That was going to be much, much more valuable to her than whether or not the dishes got done. There it is. So, some of the urgent things that we have in our lives, I'm not arguing that they are urgent. This bill's got to get paid today or we're going to be late. Or, we got to get, the kids to school or something. Or, there's just always something that pops up as being super, super urgent that can lead us away. But what is the important stuff? The important stuff is spending time with your Lord. The important stuff is being at his feet, reading his word, fueling yourself up before the day. For me, it would be in the mornings before you do anything else. Take that time, and I'm not perfect at this by any means, but take that time to spend some time with the Lord. You want to trust him more? Then spend time with him before the urgent things really start to pop up. And then when they do, you will have known I've got the important stuff. It's in my heart and it's in my mind. What is the important stuff? My relationship with my Lord. My attitude towards life because of what he has taught me. And I'm going to take the things that are urgent in stride, knowing that I've taken care of the important stuff. You want to trust God more? Take care of the important stuff, instead of letting it slide in order to respond to what is urgent in your life. You're always going to have the urgencies, but come back to what's really important, and then you'll be able to take care of those urgencies a little bit better, or at least in the right attitude, regardless of what the circumstances are. Okay, I hope this made some sense to you. We'll see you next week. Take care.